Hey everyone, Thordan Smash here, and today we are going to be talking about, well, collabs in Apex Legends. It has been so long since the Final Fantasy official event, and we've been wondering, are collabs still going to be a thing? And interestingly enough, Respawn just announced their new Star Wars game, and it's no time better than now for us to actually go ahead and see some of that. So we're going to talk about collaborations in the future. We're also going to go ahead and give out a Mirage Prestige skin. All you got to do is like, comment, subscribe. You guys know the drill. Without further ado, let's jump into today's topic. So as we move more forward into Season 24 of Apex Legends, something that hasn't happened before has actually, happened. And it's the fact that we haven't got a lot of data mined information on what's coming next. One big thing, and it's pretty much the only thing we know, is that Wattson Prestige skin is on the way and it will be coming on later down. That being said, there was a ton of internal leaks and then also just data mine information before the season launched of things that we can be looking forward to. Now, I did receive a ton of internal information. I've run all of this through Euro and a couple of different things, so it looks like we have a bit of information on what to be expecting in terms of future content. The first thing I'm gonna go over is about Sparrow and Artemis for Apex Legends Season 25, as it looks like that's when they're gonna release. It wasn't Season 24. What I've heard so far is they have a passive, which is basically a buffed Ash data knife, a tactical, which is a bear trap like ability, which I'll explain in a minute, and then an ultimate crossbow. The way that the bear trap works is it has a bleed and slow effect. The bear trap deals set damage when triggered, then slows, and there are talks to make it silence Legends 2, very much like Revenant's old ability. I did also hear about another legend being worked on. You've probably heard of this in my prior videos. There was a legend called Sanctuary leaked by Euro that had a stim grenade kind of thing. Some more information on that is Sanctuary has a grenade throwable that debuffs enemies and buffs allies. Basically what Euro said, one of his abilities is to damage players and regenerate heal to your squad, and there are a lot of assault and controller legends being developed. What I've heard about is being worked on is Sparrow and an Olympus map update for Season 25. Olympus we've known about for a while. It involves the Fight Night arena getting moved around. Also, the Bowcheck bows out of the care packages and now uses sniper ammo. Arrows are gone. This actually lines up very well with Sparrow, because Sparrow gets an ultimate crossbow that moves the Bowcheck back on the floor, so on and so forth. Skirmisher class gets a buff next season, which is the last class. Everyone should be pretty much aware of that. The new Legend Mini Pass is a test for the Legend Mastery system, and I'll talk about that in a second. There are going to be new ranked rewards. Finally, it's taken forever. There's talks about stuff for skins, emotes, and even more. Now, in regards to the Legend Mastery system, I really hope this does come in, but not in the way they brought it in Season 24, where you have to spend 1,000 Apex coins to go ahead and even do the trials and challenges for the character. I think this was a huge mistake by Respawn, and they definitely need to walk that back, especially if they do a full-fledged Legend weaponry system. Now, speaking of weaponry, there are a bunch of new weapons that I heard about are being tested. The softball grenade launcher is being worked on. This is a Titanfall 2 explosive weapon similar to the EPG. There's a sniper ammo shotgun, which was originally the arrow shotgun. You may have heard me talk about this before, but there was a shotgun that fired arrows in different directions. Now it's apparently sniper, so I'm interested to see how that works. There's a new energy SMG that's a rework of the old Gemini, and a new burst pistol. In the test, it could go akimbo, but it would lose one burst, lower damage, faster fire rate. That kind of reminds me of that old Fnatic, but we'll see what happens. The remove support perk is being moved to the skirmisher class. However, they weren't told if the devil heal is added to skirmishers, just no movement penalty while healing. And there's going to be a new Shadowfall Shadow Royale mode being tested. However, we don't know if it's going to be released, but I'm really hopeful it is, because I love Shadow Royale and Shadowfall. And then also King's Canyon is getting another update after Olympus, and we kind of heard about this from Euro. What's going to be interesting is that Euro also did let us know that they are working on 2 BR maps at the same time right now, one of which seems to be finished and in beta, and there's going to be one that is going to be released with the Olympus update next season and release a brand new BR map the following season. After that, we'll have to see what happens with that. I've never heard of them working on 2 different maps at the same time, but I mean, at the same time, what do I know? Maybe there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes that I just never hear about. But that's pretty much all the data mine / leaked information we have. Well, I did mention a collab. It's very important to take this with a grain of salt. From my source, there are talks about a Star Wars collab with a customizable lightsaber heirloom similar to the guitar. Right now, it's just a rumor and there's no way to know if it will release. They just thought I should know, and I thought I'd pass on the information. It's incredibly important that you take that leak with a grain of salt. There's been a lot of talk about collabs in the past. We haven't seen one really since the Final Fantasy and then the Post Malone one before that. Star Wars, I think, would be phenomenal, and the customizable heirloom just makes so much sense. All that being said, we're gonna go ahead and jump into community clips now. Don't forget to submit your own to me at Thordan Smash on Twitter. But without further ado, let's roll it.
Should we third party?
Enemy far off.
Should we just...
Stand ready.
Yeah.
Ring's not close, and we've only got 45 seconds.
Healing up.
Target close. Eliminate the enemy.
That's on me. Frag out.
Shields are depleted. Throwing frag.
We're still in.
You're a demon, brother.
Shut down.
Taking fire! Oh, cracked an enemy shield. Faster, faster, faster. Down one. I'm down. Whew. We actually got heat.
Recharging my shield.
We've got company.
Broken enemy shield.
Let me know down below, what kind of collabs would you like to see come to the game in the near future? Also, don't forget to check out this video right here where I cover more news and information on Apex Legends on the daily. And until next time, everyone, keep slaying in the Outlands. I'll see you out there.